What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and welcome to the video. In this video, we had the pleasure of interviewing the CEO of Tarachi Gold, Lauren Warner, on their interesting company and the exciting projects that they're up to in Mexico. Tarachi Gold is a gold exploration stage company focusing on a very interesting land package in Mexico, and we're going to let Lauren talk all about it. Lauren is an industry veteran. He's actually a geologist with over 30 years of experience in the industry, guys. So this is a really awesome interview, and I'm excited to get his insight on the gold and silver mining sector, along with the company specifically. So let's dive straight into it. Last but not least, if you support me, the channel, and all the videos, there's two things. The first thing is for you guys to kindly explode that like button. It takes just 1 second of your time, and it helps my videos so very much. Along with, if you are a new viewer to the channel, haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, but you appreciate constant steady updates on the markets, you want to learn a little bit more about investing and stay up to date on the investment world, and of course, don't forget to cash that subscribe button and ring the mark bell for notifications. And let's get straight into this awesome interview. What's going on, guys? This is Aaron with Departures Capital. We're here with Lauren Warner, CEO of Tarachi Gold. How are you doing today, Lauren?
Not too bad. I hear my weather is much better out in Kamloops than it is in Toronto.
Yes, a lot better. So Tarachi Gold is a junior gold exploration company focused on a gold project in Mexico. Can you give us a brief rundown about the Tarachi Gold project and the region?
Well, yes, we're focusing in Mexico, more or less in the state of Sonora, which is northwest Mexico. It's an area for which has been prolific in gold mining and in silver. I mean, if you look at the total number of resources to the amount of gold that's been mined, you're getting close to 80 million ounces of gold, almost a billion and a half ounces of silver. I mean, a very prolific camp. You look at the Destor Porcupine, Catalytic Break in Canada or South Africa, wherever you want to be, this matches. And that is a very significant reason why Tarachi has picked this area to explore.
Awesome. So, what differentiates Tarachi Gold from other junior gold exploration companies in Mexico?
Well, I joined this company in the spring, and it's because of three reasons. The first one is the management we have in Canada, good management, but also the management that the company has in Mexico. I've worked internationally for years. I spent 6 years in Africa and other places. If you don't have good management in some of these countries, you're not going to go anywhere fast. You're going to spend a lot of money and get nothing done. I'll just give you an example. With the management we have in Mexico, they were able, through this whole coronavirus, to allow us to be able to get to work, get our drill permits, which in Mexico, I'm sorry, Canada, but in Mexico, they take 4 months to get versus, well, I live in British Columbia. We won't even go here on that one, but 4 months to get them, and we have COVID happening. The management we have down in Mexico got a lot of our permits in a month, 5 weeks.
Wow.
That's the power of the management that we have down there. So I find that very key. And of course, the projects that we have down there are very significant in their potential.
Great to hear. So, let's talk about your drill program now. So you guys commenced a 5,000 meter diamond drill program at the end of August after receiving some pretty impressive channel sample results. Can you tell us a bit about those results and the drill program itself?
Yeah, right now, so with the COVID, like I said, we were able to do our work. So we have some very experienced geologists in Mexico, 3 very senior geologists, a couple of junior geologists. We spent the last couple of months working on, there's 6 main concessions that we have down there in Sonora, where they had some previous work on them, a little bit of systematics in terms of maybe some geochemistry or some geophysics, and a few drill holes. And again, I love projects such as those because some of the puzzle has been taken out, or some of the risk. Each one of these projects has got proven gold mineralization on it and some pretty good, more or less structurally controlled epithermal style mineralization, where you have drill intercepts of an ounce over 5 meters of drill length, as an example in one of the projects, where there's no other drill holes around it. There's structure. Well, there is another one a few hundred meters away, and it came up with similar results. So you sit there and you go, wow, that's pretty straightforward. So our crews went out and were able to do a lot of structural analysis and do some sampling. And then in the one project where we had those great results come out, it was over 6 grams over 62.5 meters, I believe. That was channel sampling underground along the east wall of a historic, mining area called La Dura is the deposit itself, which is only 6 kilometers east or west of Mulatos, which is a significant mining property, a mine down there in the Sonora. Anyways, we took a look at that, and there had been some previous sampling here and there, and we decided let's just channel sample the east wall because we could continuously, and those results came back, pretty spectacular. And really what is that's a good grade for the whole composite, but really what it is about 6 or 7 mineralized structures within it with even sort of better grades. And again, this is a great project where you look at it and you go, main structure was running north-south, so a lot of people drilled east-west. That's logical. Mm-hmm. But when you go underground, you do a lot of work, you go, hey, most of this mineralization is actually trending east-west, so a lot of those holes would not intercept it. Some of their best holes are where someone did drill north-south. So, I mean, that's why we have a drill there now. We're underground. We have a drill going. It's a diamond drill. Ground conditions in the Cordilleran rocks can be somewhat not as good as what you have up in the Timmins camp, for example, where the rocks are, 2.5 or more billion years old. So they're pretty solid down there. So it's important. So we decided instead of going to a normal, everyone usually drills, let's say NQ size core, we went to HQ, a much larger diameter, and in some cases we're casing in PQ, which is very, very substantial size because it all comes down in a lot of the projects down there from our studies and the geologists looking through it is core recovery. Very poor core recovery occurs in some of these, in particular when you're in the mineralization. These are epithermal gold deposits. Most of them are high sulfidation. So the rocks, it's like Yellowstone Park, where you see the geysers and everything else. Just think of that and the mineralization occurring about 100, 200 meters below surface. It's the best example I can think of right now for the audience to explain what kind of system we're going after.
Very interesting. So, your team, you got a really impressive roster of experts. So who are the key members and what do they bring to the table?
Well, like I say, our board that we have in Canada, they're all experienced. Some of them worked for some very successful mining companies or junior companies in the past. Some of them actually were in Mexico. They worked for Timmins Gold. So, Leighton had worked for Timmins Gold down in Mexico. Every single one. Brian is a geologist with his own consulting firm, so he's got great experience. He's a geologist. He's good to bounce off of questions. Our advisor, Michael Burnett, he's actually the president and CEO of Vislas, kind of our sister company. We'll call it the older sister company. And they have a great project that they're working on in Mexico right now to the south of us, an old silver mine. They have, I think they have about 4, maybe 5 drills going. So they're going pretty crazy down there too. They're very well financed as we are. And they are finding new zones all the time. And it just gives you, like say, an example of the management we have. But again, key to me was our people we have in Mexico. They know what they're doing, even through all the virus. So we actually set up our own testing facility in a sense. So our people are right up to speed. We can get our work done. And so that, again, that's key because in some of the areas, as people probably recognize, some areas of Mexico can be difficult to work in. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have the right people enable you to be able to make sure everyone knows what you're doing and be able to communicate with them, can be hazardous.
Definitely. I think that's one of the most important things. So what should investors look out for from Tarachi Gold in the coming months?
Well, I can say that the company, there's a couple of things. Like I've been in this business now over 30 years. I've done everything. I've worked an open pit underground for the big mining companies, Noranda and Placer Dome. I've done a lot of work internationally and exploration work as well. And I've gone through several gold markets. And I'm telling you, this one that's coming, it's going to be a good one. You just think of all the ingredients, everything that's going on right now in the world and that side. I mean, gold these things were happening before COVID started.
Yeah.
And I worked for the majors. I mean, geez, they're producing 5-10 million ounces of gold a year. Some of these companies, are they replacing those ounces? No, nothing. The only way they've been able to do this is through mergers. And guess what? This is going to have to happen again if they want to keep up their production amount of gold. So because the pipeline hasn't been there for quite some time. So this is an exciting time to be a gold junior. You have good projects, we're well financed, and you can see that what's going to happen with the price of gold going forward is probably going to be multiples of where it is now in time. Kind of hard to believe, but just look what gold has done, and so I'm just saying that's going to be great. But for us, we have a good company, well financed, good projects. And because I'm talking about how gold's going to be going in the future, yes, we have good projects. We've got a big program going on, but we're being aggressive. Right now, you can still acquire gold projects, good gold projects, without having to sell the farm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we are certainly being aggressive in that area. We're not just looking at exploration plays. If something looks like it's near-term production, we have the management, we have the capabilities, we have the people that we know that we could step into something like that and work on projects such as that and come into production. Maybe we could be in production in a couple of years if that was the case on some of these features that do exist.
Very exciting time. So how can investors get in touch with you or learn more about the company? I
think that the best way was to visit our website. Tarachi, our company's name is Tarachi Gold Corp. You can find on there, you'll see our information. Don't hesitate contacting us. I think my information's on there. And especially if you want to talk about geology, I'm keen. It's always fun and to be able to explain sort of what's going on or the dynamics. I do have people contact me and say, hey, I work this area, the rocks, watch out for this. And it's just great to be able to have these people do this and talk to you about it.
Really great, Lauren. Well, I appreciate this, and I look forward to more results and seeing the company progress. Hopefully we can have you back on, and thanks a lot.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Of course. Have a great day.
Take care.
All right, guys, that wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching. Drop those comments below. Let me know what you think. And always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.